and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, Tuesday evening, the Sulphur Springs City Council approved 4 city ordinances proposals, 2 rezoning annexes, 1 changing the community development fee schedule, and 1 defining truck stops and travel centers. 2 ordinances rezone Pioneer Business Park and Heritage Business Park from agriculture to heavy industrial.
Northeast Texas Cattle Women's Association is newly formed in Northeast Texas, and they're looking for more members. Jennifer Dwyer has set up an informational meeting this Saturday, August 10th in downtown Sulphur Springs for interested persons to come by and meet them. It's a new nonprofit. Let's meet Jennifer Dwyer.
Northeast Texas Cattle Women is a chapter of the Texas Cattle Women Association, and we are creating opportunities for women to bond with other women dedicated to the beef industry. You don't have to own a cow.
Okay.
You just have to express an interest in education, public outreach, and just industry standards.
Okay. Well, I can imagine that maybe some women who were into that either profession, had their farm or whatever, and maybe no longer do, could lend a lot of experience and information.
Absolutely. So we have a meeting this Saturday, August 10th, 6 p.m. at Redneck Steakhouse. So because we're in the beef business, we do eat beef.
Okay. So that is downtown Sulphur Springs.
That is correct, yes. 6 o'clock. We're gathering. This will be our second meeting for this chapter. We are a new chapter.
Okay.
The state of Texas has 19 chapters within the state, and we are affiliated with the national organization, the American Cattle Women's Association.
Okay.
And we just gather together to share a common interest and support in the beef industry. Like I said, from production to education about nutrition in the public foray, and just a support and meeting of the minds. And
okay. And I'm sure you will be networking in other ways too, online, etc.
We do. We have a Facebook page, Northeast Texas Cattle Women. The national or the state organization, Texas Cattle Women, is txcattlewomen.org.
Are there a lot of cattle women?
There are, actually. So the USDA just put out numbers. 1.2 million women are working America's lands. So that's farming and ranching. That makes up 1/3 of the nation's ag workers. So we're a growing population, and we just need a support group somewhere where we can come together and feel comfortable asking questions of each other. The Texas Cattle Women is putting together educational groups called Women in Ranching,
okay.
and that it varies across the state. And we talk about we meet on ranches, do ranch workshops, where we do everything from just have a guest speaker to where we go out and actually work cattle, and we show different techniques of working cattle.
Okay. And within a family farm, so often the men or husbands, if they're on site full time, they do a lot of the heavy work. But women, they do everything else, including that at times.
Well, we do, but also it speaks to family ranching and the support, the partnerships. So with the male population aging, that is where a lot of the larger numbers are coming in, as male ranchers are failing, or sadly, we're losing them. The women step up and take their place.
This chapter that you have formed, which is one of the state's 19 chapters for cattle women, how did you get the concept? I think you're new to Texas, is that right?
My husband and I personally, yes. My family was from Texas, and we moved away. And the we've been down in Delta County for about 5 years now, and we own a cattle ranch in Delta County, and just enjoy it.
Yes, we had to turn the fan on. It's a little bit noisy. I'm sorry, Jennifer.
That's quite all right.
It was quite warm in here, though. So you are getting some members in your chapter, and you're opening up for more.
Yes, so the state chapter reached out to women in this area. Casey came in from the state chapter and had a meeting at Redneck Steakhouse a couple months ago, and just threw it out in the newspaper and on social media, asking for interested women to come in and meet. We started our inaugural Northeast Texas Cattle Women's Chapter with 11 members. So, and we hope to grow from there. With the eight counties that we serve are Bowie, Delta, Lamar, Fannin, Van Zant, Hopkins, Hunt, Red River, Rains, and Wood. And what we'll do is go to each one of those counties and have an informational meeting, a gathering section, a meet and greet, as you were.
Going to them. Well, and everyone is so super busy, and when you're at work, it's hard to leave to go to something. So what benefits might membership in your group bring to the folks as they continue their work?
Well, again, this is a collaboration and a meeting of the minds, sharing information, giving folks a resource to come and meet and talk with other women who are in this progress, who are in the business, from, like I said, from raising, producing, and through the industry of promoting beef, education. So, we have women from all walks of life. We have mothers and wives and ranchers, farmers, doctors, nurses, teachers. We have a lot of teachers. And it just really, we broaden the horizon and spread the word of beef.
Okay. Well, I know you personally, you and your husband have a place in Delta County. Will you tell us a little bit about your own operation?
We own several acres up in the northern part of Delta County, and we raise beef for cattle. So we're American Grass-Fed Association certified grass-fed beef. We grass-fed, grass-finished. So, and we sell the beef to the public.
Okay. Do you have Angus cattle?
We raise red Angus, yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes.
Well, we sort of reached out to you here from KSST as we do as we find new organizations coming forward, and invited you in this morning. We thank you for coming in and sharing this with us. So if you just want to do a recap on how you're reaching out and who you hope to reach.
Wonderful. Well, any women that are interested in the beef cattle industry, you don't have to own a cow. If you want to talk about nutrition, want to learn about what raising beef is all about, marketing, we host several fundraising events where we provide scholarships to women who are interested in some form or fashion of the ag business. So it's a collaboration and a meeting of the minds, and we just look forward to meeting more women and sharing our passion about the cattle and beef industry that we are involved in. So.
Okay. And you had a number earlier in this interview to reach for the event on Saturday.
I don't have that in front of me, but if you want to reach out to Redneck Steakhouse here in Sulphur Springs and RSVP to them if you're interested in joining us, and just let them know that you're with the Northeast Texas Cattlewomen.
Okay. And once again, let me ask you for another, how do they reach you online?
So you can find us on Facebook. We do have a page. It's Northeast Texas Cattlewomen, and our state chapter, the Texas Cattlewomen, which is txcattlewomen.org.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Jennifer Dwyer.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
We hope to meet you again soon.
I appreciate it.
In sports, the Hopkins County Ponytails earned their way into the final game against Alabama in the Dixie Softball World Series Wednesday before their quest for the championship ended. Hopkins County won the first game Wednesday 6-4 to force the final game. Lucy Hernandez had a first inning double that drove in 2 runs to tie the early game at 2-2. She drove in Daly Fight, who singled, and K.K. Montgomery, who walked. Hopkins County took the lead with a 4-run third inning to go up 6-2. Tessa McGarry singled. Emily Hall got on base. Shiloh Cowgirl Hill singled. Fight got on an error. Montgomery doubled, and Hannah Speed and Bella Romero both singled. Alabama got 2 runs back in the top of the 4th, but that's all that they could do. Alabama took the Ponytails championship with a 13-3 final game score. They scored 4 runs in the first inning, had 4 more in the 5th, and 5 runs to wrap it up in the 5th inning. Hopkins County got 2 runs in the 4th as Fight walked, Montgomery singled, and Speed singled. They scored 1 more in the 5th. Sarah Corley singled and scored. Allison Fireball Frazier also walked in the inning. Speed, Fight, and Hill all pitched for Hopkins County that finished in second place in the World Series. In the Debs and Angels divisions, 2 undefeated favorites took care of business, winning first game pitchers duels on Wednesday. In the Debs, South Carolina took the championship, topping Tennessee 2-0. In the Angels, Alabama shut out Virginia 3-0. Joey Martin, the president, and the Hopkins County Girls Softball Association organized and ran the 6-day Dixie Softball World Series at Coleman Park. Thursday was another 2-match day for Wildcat team tennis. Thursday morning, the Wildcats lost a road match at White House by the score of 14-5. The Wildcats got wins from Jonah Kirkpatrick in number 1 boys singles, from Aaron Lucas in number 2 boys singles, from Jolie Cantu in number 1 girls singles, from Paige Meesey in number 2 girls singles, and from the mixed doubles team of Cantu and Kirkpatrick. The Wildcats are now 0-4 for the season against good competition. The Wildcats also played at John Tyler on Thursday afternoon. And that's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for watching, and so long, everybody.